Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Leonor Putrandi, so I come from PBI Regular Class 2A. So here I want to read and analyze the poem. The title is If You Forget Me by Pablo Neruda. So this video I make it for complete the final project for English literature. If you forget me, I want you to know one thing. You know how this is. If I look at the crystal moon, at the red branch of the slow autumn at my window, if I touch near the fire, the impalpable ash on the wrinkled body of the log, everything carries me to you, as if everything that exists, aromas, like metals, were little boats that sail toward those isles of yours that wait for me. Well, no. If little by little you stop loving me, I shall stop loving you little by little. If suddenly you forget me, do not look for me, for I shall already have forgotten to you. If you think it long at met, the wine of bare arms and my roots will set off to seek another land. But if each day, each hour, you feel that you are destined for me with impeccable sweetness, if each day a flower climbs up to your lips to seek me, oh my life, oh my own, in me all that fire is repeated. In me nothing is insidious or forgotten. My love feeds on your love, beloved, and as long as you live, it will be in your arms, without leaving mine. If You Forget Me by Pablo Neruda. Okay, that's the poetry reading. Next, we will analyze this poem. The poem If You Forget Me by Pablo Neruda is a fairly short poem of the 6 stanzas, each of varying length. The rhyme, If You Forget Me, can be construed in more ways and like more other recent rhymes, she has not set rhyme or rhythm. The rhyme has 48 lines and consists of 5 stanzas. The poem is written entirely in free verse. Thought is thus make us of the poetic device such as alliteration and adjustment. Pablo Neruda, If You Forget Me, is a poem that speaks directly to the author's lover, warning her what will happen if she falls out of love with the speaker. While Neruda was married to Argentinian writer Delia del Carril at the time the poem was written. Many believe Neruda wrote this to his lover, Matilde Urrutia, the woman who would later become his wife. Neruda, a communist senator in Chile, was exiled from his native land for 13 months after the fall of the communists in 1948, and this poem was most likely written while Neruda was in exile. Other critics believe this poem was written not to his lover but to his homeland of Chile, warning her not to forget him while he is forced away. Regardless of the interpretation, the poem is one of the most popular love poems in literature, and Neruda is often called one of the greatest poets in the 20th century. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for the Literature in 1971. So, there is something interesting to note in the fact that the first stanza, which is only one line, reading I want you to know one thing, seems to be a continuation of the title. Therefore, it can be read as a single surf. If you forget me, I want you to know one thing. Reading the poem like this lends a threatening tone to the work. The tones swiftly change in the second stanza, where Neruda explained the depth of his love directly to his mistress. Writing in the first line, you know how this is. Neruda's dictation is quite beautiful in the stanza. Referring to the crystal moon and the red branch in line 5, he conjures up his sense of sight and touch, telling his lover that whatever he sees or touch will inevitably carry him back to her. While the first half of the poem is incredibly romantic and flattering. So the third and the fourth stanzas paint a very different picture, and they serve as a warning to Neruda's mistress. The third stanza stands on its own, continuing Neruda's lover that if she stops loving him, he will do the same in return. It also begins the first in a string of the ultimatums Neruda offers to his lover. So the fourth stanza continues the thought, as the speaker tells his lover that if he is forgotten, she will be forgotten too. In order to emphasize this even more, Neruda only includes that one thought into the stanza. It is interesting to note Neruda's diction in the last line. I shall already have forgotten to you. He tells his lover that if she suddenly forgets him, he wants her to know that he was the one who forgot first. It has already been done. It seems important to him that she knows it as she was forgotten first. He continues his warning into the fifth stanza, again telling his lover that should she decide to leave me at the shore, he will on that day at the hour seek another land. In this stanza, Neruda used an extended metaphor of the shore and its land to warn his lover of the consequence of her action. The speaker views his lover as his home, but shall she decide to leave him, he will have no problem at all seeking another woman to fill her place. In the sixth and final stanza, If You Forget Me, however, Neruda changed his tone once again, this time returning to the romantic and passionate tone of the first stanza. The first line of the last stanza is comprised of the single word, but. This gives the reader the impression that all that has been occurring in the previous stanza has been setting the stage for this final one. It is as if the speaker is telling his lover, if you do any of these things, I will do them back to you, but if you don't, this will happen instead. For the remaining lines of the final stanza reveal what will happen if the lover does not forget him, if instead she feels that you are disdain for me. The feeling will be returned. In the last stanza, Neruda compares his love for his mistress to a fire. It feeds off of the love his mistress has for him, and therefore it can only be exhausting if her love dies. The speaker closes by vowing that as long as his mistress lives, the love they share for each other will be cradled between them in their arms. Maybe until here my speech. Thank you for your attention. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.